What's going on, everybody? This is Bull Run Crypto, and today we're going to talk about the best exchanges for Americans. We will make another video later for the best exchanges for the international community, but it really just depends on where you're living. For example, people in Asia might be more interested in Binance, but it just depends on where you're at. But because I'm an American, this is what applies to me, so I can give you guys the insight and the information that's relevant for you Americans. So let's get into this and talk about the variety of different exchanges. So the first thing you can do is you can go right here to ChatGPT and you can say best cryptocurrency exchanges for Americans. They'll give you a list, right? They're going to give you the best ones, and I'm going to break down some of these to tell you what I think are the best ones. And you can see right here they've got Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com, Robinhood. I agree with some of these, but I think there's other things you need to keep in mind, and that being what crypto exchange in the US has the lowest trading fees, right? Well, let's talk about that in this video as well. You can see Binance US still has the lowest, even in the face of Coinbase One and some of the other programs that are out there like Gemini Active Trader. But Kraken and Binance.us have lower fees than, say, Coinbase. So Coinbase always likes to make that money some way, somehow, right? They're a publicly traded company. Now, let's talk about these exchanges. So Coinbase right here, this one is the best for beginners. Anytime I'm talking to my mom, my friends, my family in the United States, I always tell them Coinbase. Just go straight to Coinbase. The problem is when they sign up for Coinbase, they get run through the ringer, and they usually end up having to wait to upload some funds. I have no idea why Coinbase does this. It's kind of like what PayPal does to all of its new customers, where they put like a 30-day hold before someone can actually access the money. I mean, Coinbase just kind of does that as it's just a way to like rack your brain and like get your attention. I have no idea why they make it so difficult for people to be new to crypto and streamline into it, but that's just how it is. But still to this day, I tell all the newbies, get Coinbase. It's a publicly traded company. It's also the most user-friendly, and so they've got more, I would say they're more secure. They've got more opportunities to be secure, but they're not the best. That's the thing. Once you get into it, you're going to start looking at places like Gemini. Okay, these guys are also very solid. When the market's in a frenzy, Gemini won't go down, but Coinbase might. I still don't recommend people, newbies, to get on Gemini just right off the bat. So typically it's still going to be Coinbase. Kraken. I really like Kraken for its trading fees, or not just trading fees, but staking. You know, I feel like they give more for staking. So trading fees, staking. The things I don't like about Kraken is that the fiat on-ramp's a bit goofy. Like it only lets you onboard or bring in $2,000 per week when you're a new person. So with Coinbase, you're not going to necessarily deal with such low opportunities to invest at first, but it's still going to be it's just a different type of problem. But Coinbase isn't the only one with that kind of wonky stuff, because I've still experienced it with Kraken. But you can do like a direct deposit or a wire transfer into Kraken, and then you can have funds. But the problem is then your bank's going to be like, what is this? Why are you sending money to an exchange? At least Chase Bank did that to me when I was sending to Kraken. But another one that's easy out of the box, ready to go, is going to be Robinhood. Problem is, this one's a real not your keys, not your coins kind of experience. Whereas with Coinbase, you can still move your coins off to a cold storage. With Robinhood, at least last time I was using it, I was unable to actually send my crypto. I think they might have changed it now, but Robinhood is actually a pretty solid exchange. Also, you can do stocks, so it's like interoperable between stocks and crypto. So this is like a one-size-fits-all. If you're trading stocks and you want to trade crypto and you've already got the Robinhood account, maybe this one's the best one just to get started, just to get some exposure, right? Then you have Crypto.com. Now, people like Crypto.com. I still haven't really found a reason to use Crypto.com as much as I use, say, Coinbase or Gemini or some of the other exchanges. They're just kind of good at everything, but they're not great at anything. So it hasn't really stood out to me. But they have potential, and they have a coin. That's the thing that I like about them, is you can actually invest in their coin, kind of like what you can with Binance. And we talked about Binance earlier. The difference between Binance and Binance US is this one's regulatory compliant with the United States, so that's why it's Binance.us. It's not the big exchange Binance. So this one, though, does have the best trading fees, as we saw, the lowest trading fees right here with Binance.us. So that's really good. And then another one that's kind of cool that you may want to try out, it just depends on you, is eToro. E-bull, right? E-bull, because toro in Spanish is bull. But either way, you could see they've got a lot of different things they want to put out. They always got these little warnings and things. I've noticed with them, they're a little bit like they're kind of easy. It's like trading crypto on PayPal, but except instead of like also sending money, you're just basically able to only trade here. So again, this one's kind of in the same boat as PayPal and Robinhood with whether or not you're able to actually send your cryptocurrency to someone else or to send to another wallet. Say typically it's like it's like Cash App. They also have a way to buy Bitcoin, kind of like what PayPal has. But can you send that PayPal Bitcoin to, say, Coinbase or to a Coinbase wallet or to a Ledger or to a Trezor? That's what you need to find out. Because remember, not your keys, not your coins. If you guys are interested in learning more about the cryptocurrency wallets, for example, what's the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet? You can also watch our video that we just recently did. I'll put a link to that below in the comments. Now let's talk about some important things that make a crypto exchange good or not. So you're going to have to take into consideration some security and safety. So it says right here, secure, reliable, and cost effective. Those are the things that matter to most people, right? So is it secure? Are your funds going to be SAFU? Are they going to be safe? Are you going to be able to save money on trading fees with Binance.us? But is it also a safe place to store your crypto if you're going to be trading? But also you need to know that cold storage is the absolute safest if you're trying to avoid any sort of issues, because not your keys, not your coins. So some people keep a little bit of crypto on exchanges and they store it there for trading when the market's moving. But for safety and security, 2FA, two-factor authenticator, always make sure you set that up, as well as SMS. Make sure if you're going to use a cold storage that you safely store your recovery phrase. Take that into consideration. But red flags, no security measures, no regulatory oversight. That means if they're like a crypto exchange that's in Hong Kong or some other place, and they're not under the guise of, say, the U.S. government, the SEC, they may do some funky things. And we've seen that in the past with places like HitBTC. We even saw some that were governed by the U.S. or we thought was safe, like FTX. That's a perfect example of not your keys, not your coins. And then we saw what happened with Celsius, which was kind of like an exchange. So, it's always best to have the most regulatory oversight, and I think Coinbase really falls into that, although they have the highest fees. History of hacks without reimbursements. So who would this be? Well, that would again be some of those exchanges. I remember back in the day, Cryptopia was one of those exchanges, and I never really got much out of I would say I lost way more than I recovered with Celsius, and many people said that about FTX. So the fees and costs, we talked about that. Trading fees, lower fees mean higher profits. I mean, especially if you're moving big volumes. I've seen gas fees, I've seen trading fees be really high in some cases. Gas fees are something that's been common with Ethereum DeFi or slippage rates. If you're trading altcoins or meme coins, you can trade those on wallets, but you can also trade some of them on, say, a exchange like Doge. That's a meme coin that's traded on Coinbase and Kraken. Some people would joke around and say Cardano is a meme coin, but it's obviously not. But here's the thing, red flags: high trading fees without discounts, expensive withdrawal fees, hidden fees in price spreads. I know that comment right there kind of frustrated people when I said Cardano's a meme coin. I do hold some Cardano, but the reason they joke around and call Cardano a meme coin is because it doesn't really do anything that's even mainstream for crypto, right? So they are building projects and there are projects, but when you're trying to buy a meme coin or you're trying to buy anything for a DeFi, it's mostly being done on Ethereum or Solana, and everyone else is kind of on the outside looking in, including Cardano. But yeah, just keep in mind, expensive withdrawal fees can be a factor. We talked about on-ramping, fiat, bringing money in, bringing money out of the exchanges. Liquidity and volume, that could be something that's an issue. More users equals better liquidity. So Coinbase has that, right? But Binance is actually the largest exchange in terms of liquidity and volume. Tight bid-ask spreads. Smaller spreads mean more accurate pricing and lower trading costs. You also have who's going to have the most supported cryptocurrencies, the coins that you're trying to buy. Are you able to buy those on Kraken? Are you able to buy them on Coinbase? Who has the most coins listed, right? New token listings. Some exchanges like Binance and KuCoin frequently list new and trending cryptocurrencies. See, KuCoin is actually one of the best exchanges that I've used that's non-American, but because it's not American, I can't really vouch for it, so that's why it's not on the list. But they do have a wide variety of coins that you can buy, sell, and trade. Stable coins and fiat, does it have USDT, USDC? Well, now Coinbase doesn't use USDT. It uses USDC. So limited coin selection can be a thing to take into consideration. Ease of use and features. Beginner-friendly interface. Coinbase and Coinbase has a user-friendly interface. I would say Gemini. Because if you look at the apps with Coinbase and Gemini, as well as the desktop version, I would say they're very user-friendly. Kraken is limited. That's the thing. I mean, I like Kraken for the low fees, but I'm not so sold that it's one of the best ones for interface. That's for sure. Or onboarding. And then deposit and withdrawals. How easy is it to get the money on and off? That's something that you guys got to take into consideration. Reputation with customer service. Coinbase doesn't have a good reputation with customer service, so they're really having to improve that. So where are you going to get the best customer service? Some people might say it doesn't exist in crypto. Some people would say maybe Kraken has better customer service. So it just depends. You're going to have to find that out kind of on the fly, but I would say Kraken does have better customer service from my experience, right? But you can see best exchanges by category. There they are. KuCoin is good for altcoin trading. It didn't make the list here for me, but you get the idea. Large selection of new tokens. But you can get that on a wallet using Uniswap, right? But Crypto.com has the rewards, cashback Visa. Gemini has highly compliant, strong security. Coinbase Pro, FDIC, insured USD funds, easy user interface. Kraken, strong security, futures trading. Binance.us, high volume, staking DeFi. So again, trading fees right there. There's a look at the trading fees. I mean, between KuCoin and Binance US, you're going to be getting much better trading fee rates. But anyways, final checklist. Is it secure and regulated? Does it have low trading fees? Does it support the coins you want? Is it easy to use? Can you deposit and withdraw easily? Does it have high liquidity? Again, Coinbase kind of fits the bill for all of that in some capacity. So that's why I would say if you're a newbie, start with Coinbase and then branch out from there to maybe something like Kraken or Binance.us. But good luck, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.